Thank you, Guruji. Thank you, Sangatji. In fact, I am with my two friends, sisters. We've grown up together over many, many years. And I was telling them about Guruji. I think all my conversations are now about Guruji, just anyone. I don't think I have any other conversations with him. So, and that's when I texted Anita. In fact, I landed yesterday. And I was texting Anita auntie that, who do I meet? I usually do try and go to Edison Mandir. And I will try, I can never promise, but I will try. I have a 7 a.m. flight, but I will try on Saturday, day after, to go and then go to GFK somehow. But every time I come, I do try to go to Edison Mandir. So I asked Guneet auntie, is there a Sangat, you can give me the number? She gave me Ganga auntie's number. Whole of yesterday I was supposed to text in my own head, but I didn't. And then I was telling Surina today that you know, let's just see if there is. So yeah, and we actually were invited for dinner somewhere else, and that in fact I thought that we were invited for dinner, but we were not. So this is the calling. So that's how we're here, and yeah, and it's magical. You know, come every day is a satsang. Every day is magical with Guruji. Yeah, feel very blessed, feel very protected, feel very pampered by Guruji. I mean, of course, the big Oscar story, 100 years of Indian cinema, this is the first time India won for best film. And even though it's a short film, but it's a huge impact. It's a huge impact in our careers, it's a huge impact in the industry. And I don't come from any film family. I come from a very middle class family. So to be a producer, it's anyways an anomaly. I've had people always tell me, oh, you're not the main producer, right? You must have some assistant. I've always been very young and been this producer, but then I used to look back and say I am the main producer. So to have a shout out on that big stage, it is all Guruji. There's so much that happens. I have so much to say, so to process it, I'm also figuring it out. So, I mean, okay, so I used to have, I think my mom only gave me the Hollywood $5-10 Oscar, that was a souvenir, right? And I used to have that next to Guruji for years, and I used to just wake up every morning and tell him, you're working on this, right? And there used to be always like sunshine on it, so the color had faded of that Oscar. It's been around for 4 or 5 years. And I know I was telling him, I actually was telling him this year that the color has faded for this one, you know, just give me a real one. You know? So it used to be like this imaginary conversation. And it did come true. I mean, it's epic. There are no words to describe that feeling. I was crying, shivering. We were told there were other films which were really, more in line with the Academy. Last year I also became a member of Academy, so that was a huge, I became a voter and the first producer from India to be included in the Academy. So that happened last year. I was just happy with that. So I was just very grateful that, okay, I'm going to get DVDs and I want to watch movies and I can go to pool parties whenever I want. So I was just very grateful for that. So to get a nomination, I mean, we did not get nomination on Lunchbox. I produced Lunchbox. And
I saw that. We love it.
I produced Gangs of Wasseypur, Lunchbox, Masan, Shivay, Chetan, lots of films. But this is a short film. But yeah, I mean, I do want to tell you all my entire story. I don't know how much time you have.
Please, no, of course we have a lot
So
of time.
10 years
I
ago,
want to listen to you.
10, 11 years ago, I lost both my parents. I'm the only child. I was 24 years old. And I remember we used to stay in a house which we had rented for 5,000 rupees a month. So less than $100. And starting my life from there to what all I have been able to do, I have been able to create, and on daily basis, I see things unfold. I see his protection. I was introduced to him 5 years ago in 2014, but I think he's always been around. I mean, every day I wake up in my house and I pinch myself, saying that, you know, I've been able to create so much strength, almost a mini industry with all the independent films that we've been able to be a part of. I've been able to champion around the world. It's a silly story, but when I in 2010 I was nominated for an Oscar for another short film, and I was like, no one knew me, and it was a really, again, a short film.
Which one? Sorry.
Kavi. In 2010 and 2009 I had lost both my parents. I lost them in 6 months, and I came to US, and that was the first time I'd come. I got a visa because of the Oscars, and I have one family member here, my mom's brother, who, you know, generally just sometimes used to come to India. Like, I just seen him a couple of times while growing up. That major American cousin that you have in India, listening about you know, a typical Indian middle class family, and you hear about your American cousins. I was excited. I came to US. I was sponsored fully by Indian government to come. I raised sponsorship, and I'm sharing this story because it was a big deal. It was a big deal for me to get onto a flight, come attend Oscars. I was walking the red carpet with George Clooney and Sandra Bullock, and it was magical. And I had made so many friends on the red carpet. I ended up staying in LA for a month and a half, and my mama ji wrote me a mail saying, I just want to tell you, we don't give any money to anybody, we don't really lend. And I was so confused with that mail. I was 25, and I was just like, I never asked for money, you know. So I assumed that it was a thought that, okay, maybe she's lost both her parents, and maybe she's, you know, I mean, I was here for the Oscars. And that day I know I had made a silent prayer to my universe that don't ever let me be at a place where I have to ask for something. And today, and I'm remembering this whole story today because I'm so grateful that not even once I've had to ask for anything. I've gotten so much. I literally come to US every month, and I have forgotten that I have any other family besides my Guru Parivar. I've forgotten how many trips I've taken to New York, and the way the universe has treated me, the way the film family has embraced my work around the world. It is amazing, and it is fully a very guided grace. So and today I was speaking in Women of the World forum, and Oprah spoke there yesterday, and it is just phenomenal. And for me, I know that this is grace. So my journey started in very materialistic ways. I had made a movie called Tigers, and the investment ran out, and I was under $1 million of loan. And I didn't know how I'd gotten there. That was right after Lunchbox. And it was really terrible. And around 2014, my chachi told me, my cousin chachi told me, कि आके गुरुजी से मिलो. And I told her, please, this is 2014, what is this Andhvishwas? Who believes in all this? And then it really got, shit was hitting the roof with the money that I had owed people, and I don't know how I got to that position. It was a film based in Pakistan. Modi became the Prime Minister, Pakistan content got banned in India. Suddenly the whole film became irrelevant. There was no buyers for it. There was no way I could sell the film or return the money. And that's when I just really called her after 4-5 months of her telling me कि Guruji का चले. I was like, okay, where is your Guruji? So she took me to the mandir. I went to Delhi. She took me to Bade Mandir. I now live in Bombay. I was born brought up in Delhi, but after my parents had packed my bags and just went to Bombay, lock, stock, barrel. So now I went to Delhi and she took me to the mandir and she took me to the Mahasamadhi and I was like, he's not alive. So she's like, you shut up. And then she took me to the ashram and I saw 10 feet pictures of him all over and really shiny clothes and I was just like, what are we doing? You know, and being a Sikh, you know, always Granth is bigger than anything else and you know, we don't bow our head to anyone. Grown up on this philosophy. As a child, with my parents, I used to go to Bhangra Sahay. I had this whole thing of going every Tuesday, Dangal, Seva. But somewhere that whole thing got disconnected. Being in Bombay, living this alone life and really like hustling to make ends meet and to be heard and to be this entrepreneur. And there were like 200-250 people there sitting in pin drop silence and I was like, India mein to koi chudh nahi hai. So you know, I really just wrote off everything and the shiny clothes and everything was just, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But anyways, when I bowed down to his chair, I felt somebody has kept his really lovely, you know, soft hand on me. And I don't know what happened. I got so overwhelmed, I don't cry. And I started crying while bowing down. And I told him, Chachi ke Guruji. प्लीज ये लोन चुका दो. बहुत शिद्दत से मेहनत की है. It's not who I am. I don't know how I got into this place. The problems are larger than me. The government has changed. You know, I made a good film. I don't know what to do. In 1 week, I got the entire money back. And miracles happened. 7 days of my first meeting, and for 1 year I struggled with that. I had written suicide notes to people, and I was at the fag end. What is the point of living when you're so underappreciated? You do such good work. You take pride in films going to Cannes and Toronto, and in India you're not appreciated. I was at a point where I was like, I'm just happy uniting with my mom and dad. You know, I'm just done. What is even kept here? So from that, he pulled me. I used to keep going to, and then I just told him, if this gets done, whatever you say. You know, it was my challenge. So my journey with him started in a very materialistic way. And anything that one can dream of, I have got. I have crossed that stage of just wanting something. So today all the shabads were Guru se naam mangle. You know. And I think that is all that matters, you know, on how much time can we spend, what can we even do for our Guru at the end of the day, what can we even give or do, or I mean, I know in my heart that this year at home I was able to do, the year started with doing Amrit Velas, we did that for 1.5-2 months and Oscars happened. I mean, it is beyond, it's not happened in 100 years of Indian cinema. So it is, there is a force. There are many satsangs. Bombay, it's crazy to find houses. Okay, so sorry about my journey. So, yeah, that's how I started, and then I just kept going to satsangs. Then actually I told him that I'll come to Delhi, Bade Mandir 40 times to say thank you. I didn't even know that there was a Sangat, I had no idea. I didn't even want to know his name, I just wanted to say thank you. I didn't even have the money to go to Delhi so many times and buy air tickets. But somehow we started getting advertising work, and all the advertising companies were in Delhi, and somehow I used to keep being landed in Gurgaon for Thursday, and Mandir used to be on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I used to stay 4 more days and do 4 times in one go, and every day say thank you. In my head I had to go 40 times and say. So very mindlessly, I didn't know anything about anything, and I used to just go, stand in the line, say thank you, come back, and then show up every day, because I was just so grateful that, you know, this larger than life problem has been sorted somehow. Then we made a movie called Zuban, which is Vicky Kaushal's first film, and Vicky was her assistant director in Gangs of Wasseypur, an incredible talent, and of course now the whole world knows him, and he's the Indian community knows him very, very well as a major actor. I remember the shoot of Zuban was starting, and I told my director and Vicky, "Abhi chalo, मेरा नाम हटा दो पिक्चर से, अगर तुम मेरे साथ नहीं जा रहे हैं." What are you talking about? And he was like, "No, we have to go say thank you." So I took them to Bade Mandir one day before the shoot, and me and Moses, my director, are both from Delhi. We forgot the way somehow from Gurgaon to Chhatarpur, and we got lost. And 1 hour later we reached, and they were anyways sulking because tomorrow morning was 4 a.m. call, and they had to follow me to Mandir. The minute we entered, we had pre-recorded. There are 4 shabads in the film. We had pre-recorded those 4 shabads. We knew what we were shooting back to back. Those shabads played at Budweiser, and all of them back to back. And we, so they didn't even believe me. But when the first one played, like we stepped off pair, and it was lakh khushiyan pache. That's how the film starts.
Yes.
And then they were like, "Acha, ho gaya na tera, chale?" So I was like, "Haan, chalo." So people were asking us for chai prasad and bread pakoda. So they looked at me and they're like, "No, chale." I was like, "Okay, chalo." I mean, I'm just happy everyone came. Then the second shabad came, जिसके ऊपर तू स्वामी. So हम सब वहीं बैठे, you know, but like we were just sitting here, we were not saying anything. Then the third shabad came, and then that was the samapti. Then mantra jap happened. So those are the last. I think that is why we got delayed, and that is why we reached, so that back to back those shabads could happen. And that was, you know, and why I'm telling you this story. When we wrapped Zuban, we were doing a get together at Moses' house, and one of my friend, who's a lawyer, had come with another friend. We do parties, people come with +1, and it was, and I usually don't stay this long. But it was 6 a.m. Everybody had left. It was few of us, me, Vicky, director, Moses, Shan. We were 4 or 5 of us, really very deeply in a very beautiful atmosphere, saying, "Okay, we think we made something very pure." You know, we were internally talking about and self-praising. We were in that mode. And 6 a.m. we saw somebody still standing outside. They were in the balcony, and Gitika was with one more person. And I was like, "Guys, come in. What are you guys doing?" So they came in, and I don't know why, this new person in the house, we were 6 of us, and he was maybe the 7th. And I'm telling him, "You know, I met this Guruji, random. He took his phone and he said, 'This one.'" And I was like, "What?" I thought this was some underground cult only. I really thought this is something that I've discovered and very few people know about it. Like, who's this person? He's like, "I was born, put in his lab." I was like, "Who are you? You know, how are you here? What are you telling me?" He's like, "Yeah, his name is Indroj Rai." And he said, "Do you know that there is a Bombay Sangat?" I said, "Really? मैं तो दिल्ली जाती थी." So this is almost after till 1 year of going to Guruji, I then found out that there is Bombay Sangat. I had no idea. And then he gave my number to somebody on WhatsApp, and then I started getting messages for satsangs, and I used to just mindlessly keep going. Wherever the message used to come, whenever I used to be able to go. I didn't even know Langar, Aarti, all this. अच्छा लगता था. Just I was severely depressed those 2 years, and I only realize all this now. How I got pulled out of depression, back to work. My company kept running. We kept getting a lot of work. I only realized this in hindsight, and then I got curious, and then I was like, "अच्छा, आपका नाम क्या है? You know, what am I supposed to do? Who are the people who have met you?" And then back to back, people who have met him started coming home. घर पे हर रोज सत्संग होने लग गया. And then 2-3 months it was like daily darbar. So then a permanent darbar happened, and then Sangat started coming and staying. So many Sangat artists met him, and then that's when I found out, okay, this is his name. This is how, and it's only 2017 April is the first time I spoke to somebody in Sangat. So I've been going to Bombay Sangat from 2015 to 17, and I had never spoken to him. मैं मुँह झुका के जाती थी, बैठ जाती थी, and I used to then leave. I didn't know, and somehow 2016 or 2017 I got curious, and I was like, okay, I think I was coming out of my depression, and And I felt like the whole universe has been, I've done so many US trips, I had no idea about US Sangat. And then slowly I got introduced to it. Now wherever I go, I celebrate the Guru Parivar and the love that I have gotten. For me, this is all. Like, this is my family. This is the universe that He's given me, and He's given so much love. So there is, by the day, by the hour, satsangs that happen. But overall, I would say that He's uplifted my spirit, my soul, and I am so grateful that He's chosen me as a follower. I'm grateful for now, I'm grateful for today, and wherever, whatever life is, I'm just so deeply, deeply grateful that I'm able to travel, I'm able to do everything that I've dreamt of. And yeah, I'm still, in the industry, it's still like, I don't have a peer group in India. It's not like, I mean, producers are Karan Johar and, Aditya Chopra, and they're not like my buddies. So it's not like I have a peer group, So it's but I think He's kept me at a world stage where everybody knows me. And it's just phenomenal. I mean, recently, last month, just to tell you another materialistic satsang, to find houses in Bombay it's crazy. I mean, maybe as crazy as it is in New York. They go very fast. Too many people, too little houses. And my lease was getting over, and I called up this property dealer who does like really sale and purchase, doesn't do lease, but just. I told him, do you have a house which has a terrace, which has some character? He's like, nah, but just, come see this. I was staying on the sea face for last 4 years, and it's incredible. I don't know how I could afford that also. So while I was leaving that, I was asking him, is there another place? He's like, no, just come see this house. He showed me a beautiful bungalow. I had never seen that this colony also existed. I stayed in Versova for 10 years. I didn't know that there was a colony like this in Versova. And I was like, this is epic. Like, this is so close to my office, and this is so pretty. It's almost like Delhi colony of bungalows. It seems like Panchil Park or something. I'm just like, where is this? What is going on? And he showed me this bungalow, first floor of the bungalow. And I entered, and it is a 3-bedroom. I stay alone. And I used to stay in 2-bedroom because I always had friends coming, traveling. I was like, 3-bedroom. So Guruji's darbar used to be in the living room. So the minute I entered, I was like, chalo, ye kamra Guruji ka. Random. And it's a larger than life house, and it's a bungalow, and it's beautiful. And I was like, oh, this is great. It's like top of the end, all these handles and toilet accessories are also like really the top of the end. So I was just praising everything, and I was feeling good about it. And I was like, what's the rent? He's like 1.5 lakhs. I was like, no ways. There is no way I can afford it, no problem. Thank you. Sunday well spent. So I forgot about the house. But while coming out, I told Guruji in my mind, Anita auntie taught me. I used to ask Anita auntie, what is this talk to Guruji? How do you talk? She's like, just talk to him. Say good morning, say good night, say Guruji Satsang, say so whatever you want. So now I've started saying it, and it's in a way saying it to the universe. I was like, Guruji ko kamra chahiye ho, to apna khud hi le leंगे. So that's what I said, and I forgot about the house. That was in February, and a month later, that was in Jan, I think. A month later, I had a get-together in an office, and I was asking somebody, do you know a terrace apartment, like some house with a character, with something more. So like, another friend just got it, ask her, I called her. I said, you just got a terrace apartment, you must have seen more. She's like, no, but my friend has a house, I want to show you. She took me to the same place a month later. And I'm laughing. I'm like, oh, so this is still not gone on rent. She's like, he's my friend. He's a venture capitalist. He doesn't really need money, but he really just needs a good person to come stay. So he's not really hung up about money. And I was like, really? So then she called up the landlord. He stays in the ground floor. And he and I just became friends. He was like a couple of years older to me. We just really hit off. I was like, see, I don't have this kind of money. I can afford 50. He's like, really? That's not money. So I was like, okay, 55. So he's like, so you want like a 50% discount? Just saying, we're really nice people. So he's like, no, that's not happening. You're a filmmaker. And I was like, yeah, but I'm also damn indie. I know I make movies, and it is so mesmerizing to make movies, but I make little movies. I make 2 to 3 crore movies. That nobody gets paid anything. We just put everything on the screen. Anyways, I was telling him my life angst. He was just laughing, cracking up, and he's like, okay, I'll see. We forgot about it. I really knew that, it's crazy that I've been shown this one more time, but anyways, I didn't have my hopes. I was like, okay. Next day I was leaving for the Academy Awards. I was leaving for LA. I left. We won. When the announcement came, I had my phone blew up, like the press, everything. There were 7,000 text messages. And one of the messages was his. And he said, oh my God, congratulations, you won. And I replied to him saying, yeah, well, the whole world wants to talk to me. I am now an Oscar winner and homeless. So he's like, you're insane, come back, let's chat. Anyways, I came back, we had breakfast. He's like, whatever, you say, you can live in this house. So yeah, so I got the house with the same rent as my last one. And things like this don't happen in Mumbai. And now Guruji has a full bar, and it is, the whole room is his. And it is actually the way it is structured. If any of you come to Bombay, you're more than welcome. It is like literally the living room divided with a little glass partition. So he was in the living room before, and now he's like, okay, अब तुम अपना living room में रख लो, मुझे अपनी जगह भी मिल जाएगी. So, and I do want to say that how much love that Guruji is just love. He's just pure love and pure magic. Please talk to him, and unconditional love is just experience. I mean, I feel blessed to experience that love, and I'm always beaming with joy and sharing that. Any opportunity to share that and for anybody else to experience it, it is magical. So for me, more than my parents, more than anything, more than work, it is Guruji, and he's beyond my ask, shown me wonders, beyond my belief, beyond my thought process. I've been offered major studio jobs with American companies coming to India. I've been brought into rooms in LA. Well, I didn't have faith in myself when I started following him. I was so depressed after Lunchbox. It was not selected, the company I was running was shut down. There was so much going on in life. I had income tax rates, I had loans of $1 million. I had no faith in myself in 2014. From then to now, he's made me believe on what my potential is and who and what one can do. Yeah. Amazing. I only say that even if you don't understand everything, I would just say keep coming. Even if it is just for the amazing chai prasad. Keep coming. And one day all the dots will be joined, and one day it made sense to me after 2-3 years. I was just going. I do want to say here that Guruji has brought me closer to Gurbani. Now I understand everything. It's brought me closer to what I used to follow bachpan mein, to the whole concept of langar, giving, and his grace is magical. So yeah, thank you Guruji. And thank you Guruji.